Okay, hello everyone. My name is Patience Jok. I am from Kaduna State. I'm a Christian. I'm a model, a makeup artist, a fashion designer, and an entrepreneur. I went to University of Abuja and I read Zoology, and currently I'm into my fashion business.
What inspired you going into fashion designing and modeling at the same time?
Okay, I think it's an inborn thing, like an inbuilt thing. I always want to get myself busy creating things. So since when I was small, we used to have this room divider in our house. I would always pack pieces from our neighbor's trash because she sews, then create something for my teddy bears like that. So it has always been like an inbuilt thing. Then eventually, I think whenever I give my fashion designer clothes to make for me, she always wants to, I am always particular about what I want. So she was like, she and my elder sister, they're like, Pinkett, I think you should take this as a profession. Then I picked up the advice and I'm here.
So you mentioned zoology, that you studied zoology. Why are you not practicing that? Why modeling and fashion?
Okay, I think since when I was a child, I've always been the fashionable child. I've always loved fashion. I think it's an inbuilt thing I got from my dad. Where I remember when I was little, I think I was in primary school, I always go to meet this fashionable teacher to put me lip gloss on. I am a science student. I read zoology. I actually love animals because zoology is the study of animals. I love animals a lot. But, you know, when I was looking for admission, that was the only course I could get. And in fact, I love being a science student. There was no pure course for me to go into the university to read makeup or fashion. If there was, I think I would have done that. But since the second option was becoming a science student and doing a science course, then I just decided to just do that. And school is really important. Like, it's actually like the a good foundation for anything you want to do. But my fashion thing is number one. I'm a fashionable person. I love to create. I love fashion. I love everything about fashion. I love to make people look beautiful. I love to make people look good. So that's why I'm not practicing.
Is there any discrepancy between morality and fashion, or even modeling?
Okay, the thing is, when I just think like everybody needs to be transparent, like have integrity in everything you do. It's supposed to work according, like in line. If you're a model, you should be that you have integrity, you have a good personality, you have good morals in any profession that you have, because that you're into. You have to just be straightforward. You just have to possess a good morals. So I think all of them, I think there shouldn't be any difference.
A lot of people see models as morally derailed individuals. Can you address and possibly correct the notion?
Okay, it is just a sad perception that people have about models, because there are good and bad people in other professions. So it shouldn't be limited to only models. And it's always good to not to judge a book by its cover, because I think whenever they see models, they just think, these people are wild people. And I get that a lot. Like when people see me, they just think, I'm this wild girl, and they don't get to know me. So eventually, when they get to know me, they will be like, this girl, she's really good. She's spiritually like as in 100% and all that. But so that's it. There are other bad people in other professions, so it shouldn't be limited to models. Models are meant to be of good behavior, to have good morals. They are meant to be images that people look up to. So I don't know, it's just like for me that I'm a model and a fashion designer, I have a brand to protect. So, and I have to be like, keep my 100% on it. Like if I know how I need to deliver to, like for my clients, when I say this is the time you're meant to collect your clothes, that is the time. So like I have to possess morality there. Like I have to be straightforward. I have to be professional in doing all these things. Whatever you're doing in life, you need to have integrity. You need to like when you say whatever you say should be like, yes, you have to do that. So whenever my yes is my yes, my no is my no, and when I'm called for a modeling job, I know I have to deliver as a model. Like, you need to be morals. Like, if you want to be professional, you need to be straightforward. You don't need to be corny in doing everything. So morality is really important. You need to possess a good personality so that people can see you. And I also have my terms and conditions. All right, if my morality does not match it, I don't accept the job. So there's a standard to follow. I don't just work anyhow. Like, I have a principle to, like, I'm a principled person. So you need to be like, serious business needs serious, like, you know, serious terms. One of the biggest job, or some of them, is the first edition of Runway. It's a fashion show in Abuja that they normally do, and we did Daviva with Noble Afrique fashion show, and Mercedes Fashion Week. I was among the models, and amongst many others. Then for the fashion, like as a fashion designer, I think my first fashion, one of my first fashion big show was Kaduna Fashion Week. That was the first time I showcased my collections, and I think that was the first year of my brand as a fashion designer. My advice for young models or models that are coming up, you need focus and good morals. Like, because in whatever you're doing, you need to have morals. You need to be diligent in whatever you're doing. In anything you want to put your hands into or do, any profession, any handwork, anything whatsoever, you have to be diligent in doing it. Don't just do it because for doing sake, and don't allow anything to come to make you derail from it, because there are a lot of distractions, and if you don't have principles, you will fall for them. So you need to have good focus. You need to, and again, you need to explore. Like, you need to, what I mean by explore, you need to put your eggs in different baskets. Like me, when I was doing when I started as a model, then eventually I went into makeup artistry, then I went into fashion. So I didn't put all my eggs in one basket. I put my eggs in different baskets, and we know the way Nigeria is, you need to explore, like and again, just don't allow anything to mess up with your principles. So Pinkett, actually, like, there was a struggle in school in picking a nickname, and I asked my friend to choose between Pinkett and Pinky, and she said Pinkett is more unique. Then I was like, okay, cool. Then when I finished secondary school, her elder sister was she had an entertainment house, and she actually used my name. She knows I love to model. Then she wanted me to work as a supermodel in her house. It was meant to be like Pinkett the Pink Girl, the speech maker, like that. So she used the idea of Pinkett, made me to always wear pink all through, and then go on events, you know, the attraction. So I think that was where it all started. Then eventually I was looking for a business name, and I was like, Pinkett, what should I use? Should I use Pinkett Jog? Should I use Pinkett Allure? Then eventually I used Pinkett Allure, because allure means to enchant, to attract, and I know I'm going to make a lot of beautiful stuff. So I said, okay, let's just use Pinkett Allure.
That was your fans, clients, and the general public expecting from you?
My fans and my clients should expect something huge coming, something huge. A lot of beautiful collections, spring collections, winter collections, a lot. And a lot of, you know, I'm not going to spill out. Just expect something good and unique coming out, apart from clothing, because I also do makeup and ready to wear. So expect something huge coming out from me.